Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I've created these 4 cards. They all use the same stamps and dies in a little bit of a different way on each of them to give you 4 different looks using some alphabet dies. So the stamp set I'm going to be using is the Bride to Be one, and this is one of my favourite stamp sets. I just love the florals on here. They're so fun, quirky, and also can be quite stylish if you play with them correctly. So I am going to be stamping onto 3 different panels to create my 4 cards, and first I'm going to be using the little roses from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp these first, the base layer, using some pink pearl, and then going to stamp on these little leaves with the little bits of bud starts using the sweet leaf, and then for the buds I'm going to be using Volcano Lake and then also some Lagoon to add that shadow layer in there as well. I'm then going to move on to this little branch image. Again, I'm using the sweet leaf. I'm kind of using the same colours on all of the cards and on all of the florals as well. I'm trying to keep things looking pretty cohesive, so I'm trying to stick and limit my colours. So for the little buds I've used some mango smoothie, and I'm then going to move on to the small little star shaped flowers using some of the mountain mist. Again, I'm going to add in some more little leaves, but this time I'm using the Minty mint, and this is going to kind of draw everything together and kind of making that cluster pretty tight and compact now, just adding leaves around the outside. I've got all the flowers that I want into place, and now I'm just adding the leaves, and then I'm going to add some little things just to draw it all in together. So I've added some little centers from the flowers, but I'm adding these as little flowers. So I've used some honey drizzle for the insides of the flowers and then some little pink dots as well. So for the second layer of the roses, I'm going to be using the Coral Bliss, and I'm adding the bow centers in and also the little centers as well. So for the alphabet, I'm using the brush alphabet die, and I just love this. It's so fun and quirky, but very, very pretty at the same time. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my letters out for hello. Now I do need 2 of the L's, but I'm just going to take the F because it's the same width as my L, and I'm going to use this as kind of a spacer for later on. All I'm doing is I'm adding my letters down onto a piece of acetate using some of the alternate glue pen, and this means I won't have to tape them together. They're actually nice and attached to this acetate even, so I can move them around, and then every time I cut them, they're going to be exactly the same place. So I'm going to cut this through my die cut machine. As you can see, it's perfectly spaced down the bottom there, and I can see exactly how it's going to be because I'm using that guide sheet of acetate with the letters attached. Once I've done all of the 3 panels, I'm then going to take off the L, and then I'm going to add this back into place and add a little bit of washi tape just to keep it into place while I cut this out as well. So now I've stamped and die cut all of my panels. I'm then going to add them onto some card bases. For this one here, I'm going to add on some foam tape because I'm adding this onto a white card base, so that's going to give me much more of a shadow for the little letters, so it's going to make them pop a little bit more, but it's also going to leave a really subtle effect on that one. For the next one, I'm going to put this onto a dark cardstock. So I'm just using a Lagoon Cardstock base for my card, and I'm just going to add some glue tape to this. I don't need to add foam tape as the darker cardstock is going to pop through those letters really solidly, so I don't need to worry about popping this onto some foam tape to add a little bit of shadow there. For the next one, I'm going to cut some more of the same letters again, so the H, the E, the LL and the O. And I'm going to cut these out of some gold cardstock just to add a little bit of shine and a different look for this one. I'm then going to take a white cardstock base again, and I'm going to add some glue all the way over this because I'm going to be doing a little bit of inlaid die cutting. So I'm going to pop my panel into place first, and then the letters in between there are still sticky, and I'm just going to pop these gold letters exactly into place. And because I've cut these out using the same dies, they're exactly the same size, so they're going to fit in perfectly. So as you can see, I've added these in. I've took the centre out of the O, and I'm just going to add in the O centre from the stamped piece just to make that look perfect. I then have 3 sets of hellos which are very, very prettily stamped. And I didn't want to waste these, so I thought the idea with these was to just add them onto a white card base, all 3 of them, And then I'm going to create another card just using the scraps from the others, which I thought was pretty clever. So I'm going to get on with this. So I'm adding them all into place. I kind of want them all spaced exactly the same. So I'm adding the H's on first, then the O's, and then the middle letters, just to so I've got an even gap on either side. If you add the end two letters first, and then you can worry about the center pieces later on. So once I'm happy with the placement, I'm then just going to take my glue tape again and then just glue these all down. As you can see, I did start with all of the H's, then all of the O's, and then I'm just going to pop the other ones round. So I'm kind of going in lines. So once I've done the E's, I'm going to go straight up with the E's, trying to keep them nice and as straight as I can without actually using a ruler. You could use a T ruler or a normal ruler and add in some guidelines to make sure everything was perfectly straight if you wanted to, but I kind of just went by eye on this one. So once that one is all done, I have 4 different cards all complete. So this is the one with the scraps, but it's still a very, very pretty card. This one has a little bit of inlaid die cutting with a little bit of golden shine with the beautiful golden letters there. Then we have our panel that we've just popped onto a dark coloured card base. You could add it onto a light coloured card base if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. Make cards how you want them to be. And then last but not least, we have the stamped one onto a white cardstock using a little bit of foam tape to raise this up from the card base, so we have a little bit more of a shadow there so the letters can be more easily deciphered. So there are all the cards complete. I really do hope that you like the cards and that you've liked the video as well, and that you like the technique. It would be great if you do try any of these techniques to share with us. We would love to see. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't want to miss out on any videos that we do upload to the channel, it'd be great if you do subscribe. And if you want to watch any more videos, there's a couple more here for you. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye bye.